Good evening, this is my presentation about simple present. My name is Jenny Millán Reaño. The subject is herramientas para la productividad. In the simple present, continue with the use and the next with the verb. Here you look affirmative, negative, interrogative, short answer with full forms, contraction, and with short answer, affirmative and negative. Use. First, we use the simple present for regular habits and daily routines, facts, things in general, permanent or long-lasting situations, timetables, and schedules. Use with adverbs of frequency, with often, sometimes, always, usually, rarely, never, every day, every year, etc. Okay, the verb. First, to the verb, the simple present without to the infinitive of the verb in the third person singular. He, she, and it. Example: he writes, she writes, it writes. Second, but when the verb ends in o, double h, ch, and x without e, I go, replace with he, she, and it, say goes. I kiss, with he, she, it, you say kisses. I wash, replace with he, she, and it, say washes. I wash, he, she, and it, you say watches. I fix, he, she, and it, you say fix. B. A consonant followed by y, the y changes into ie without at. Examples: I studied, with he and she, you say studies. I carry, with he, she, and it, you say carries. C. A vowel followed by y, we just add examples. I play, he, she, and it plays. I buy, with he, she, and it, say buys. Third, to the fourth negative and the interrogative, we need the auxiliary verb to do in the simple present. This means we had at, yes, in the third person singular, he, she, and it, while the main verb will be used in the infinitive. Do you write? Does he write? In a question. In a negative, you say you don't write, she doesn't write. The next, pay attention about the video.
Simple present tense. There are 12 verb tenses in the English language. For the simple tenses, we have simple present, simple past, simple future. For the perfect tenses, we have present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. For the progressive or continuous tenses, we have the present progressive, past progressive, and future progressive. And lastly, for the perfect progressive tenses, we have the present perfect progressive, past perfect progressive, and future perfect progressive. This lesson will talk about simple present tense. To make a positive simple present statement, simply follow this pattern. Subject plus main verb. Simple present tense is used for the following reasons. Number 1, for things that are true in general. Examples: cheetah is the fastest land animal. Fruits and vegetables contain a lot of vitamins. Mr. Jackson lives alone. Cheetah, fruits and vegetables, and Mr. Jackson are the subjects in these sentences, while habits or for things that happen sometimes or all the time. The following adverbs are commonly used for simple present tense: never, sometimes, usually, frequently, often, and always. Examples: I sometimes skip breakfast. She goes to school late. Mr. and Mrs. Jones always visit their grandchildren. I, she, and Mr. and Mrs. Jones are the subjects in these sentences, while skip, goes, and visit are the verbs. If you notice, all the examples follow the pattern subject plus main verb. For the negative sentence, the pattern is subject plus doesn't or don't plus main verb in base form. Examples: Peter bakes delicious cookies. Peter doesn't bake delicious cookies. My classmates like our history teacher. My classmates don't like our history teacher. If you notice, the main verbs in these sentences are all changed into their base form: bake and like. For questions, the sentence structure is do or does plus subject plus main verb in base form. Examples: You like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? She lives in New York. Does she live in New York? They study in the same school. Do they study in the same school? Remember that in making questions, do and does should come first. Try to compare the differences between the structures of the simple present sentences. We have here the positive and negative statements and the questions. Examples: Her perfume smells good. Her perfume doesn't smell good. Does her perfume smell good? Honey comes from bees. Honey doesn't come from bees. Does honey come from bees? The third one: Tim and his friends play chess all the time. Tim and his friends don't play chess all the time. Do Tim and his friends play chess all the time? The last one: Dad and Uncle Jim watch football every night. Dad and Uncle Jim don't watch football every night. Do Dad and Uncle Jim watch football every night? For our exercise, make sentences in simple present tense. The first one: Sunlight helps plants grow. The negative sentence should be sunlight doesn't help plants grow. And for the question, it should be does sunlight help plants grow? The second one: she doesn't work in a bank. The positive statement should be she works in a bank. And the question is, does she work in a bank? The third one: do bears hibernate in winter? The positive statement should be bears hibernate in winter. And the negative statement should be bears don't hibernate in winter. The fourth one: Mrs. Scott cleans her house every morning. The negative statement should be Mrs. Scott doesn't clean her house every morning. And the question is, does Mrs. Scott clean her house every morning? And the last one: you don't brush your hair every night. The positive statement should be you brush your hair every night. And the question should be, do you brush your hair every night? Did you get it right?
tense. Ok. Continuamos con la segunda presentación del uso de las redes sociales. En esta imagen podemos observar algunos nombres de las redes sociales que hoy en día encontramos. ¿Qué son las redes sociales? Son aplicaciones web que favorecen el contacto entre individuos. Estas personas pueden conocerse previamente o hacerlo a través de la red. Contactar a través de la red puede llevar a un conocimiento directo o incluso la formación de nuevas parejas. Las clases de redes sociales. En las redes sociales en Internet se basan en los vínculos que hay entre sus usuarios. Existen varios tipos de redes sociales. Las redes sociales genéricas, las profesionales, las verticales o temáticas. En las genéricas podemos ver que son las numerosas y conocidas. Las más extendidas en España son el Facebook, Instagram, Google y Twitter. Pues también nos damos cuenta que nosotros también es igual. En las redes sociales profesionales, sus miembros están relacionados laboralmente. Pueden servir para conectar compañeros o para la búsqueda de trabajo. Las más conocidas son LinkedIn, Xing y Twitter. Redes sociales verticales o temáticas. Están basadas en un tema concreto. Puede relacionar personas con el mismo hobby, la misma actividad o el mismo rol. Las más famosas son Flickr, Pinterest y YouTube. Bueno, vamos a mirar las redes sociales en el ámbito empresarial. A través de esta imagen vamos a observar que las redes sociales hoy en día son fundamentales en el ámbito empresarial, ya que a través de ellas se maneja la información y en muchas ocasiones se realizan negocios y encuentros donde se llegan a acuerdos entre empresarios. En el ámbito personal, las redes sociales hacen que las relaciones personales mejoren gracias a la interacción entre los seres humanos por su conectividad en espacio y tiempo real. Y en el ámbito educativo, las redes sociales son demasiado importantes en el ámbito educativo gracias a que a través de ellas se interactúan con tutores y compañeros en tiempo real. Se asignan labores y se suben trabajos de manera simultánea. Es un trabajo colaborativo desde diferentes lugares con resultados óptimos y con profesionales a la vanguardia del avance tecnológico, como nosotros también lo podemos hacer a través de nuestra plataforma con nuestra universidad. Bueno, dentro de la reflexión podemos ver que las redes sociales son herramientas que aportan a la formación profesional y personal de las personas, que generan beneficio a lo largo del tiempo. Además, que en este nuevo siglo no se deben utilizar de la mejor manera para mejorar el rendimiento académico de los estudiantes y el mejoramiento de las empresas que forman parte de nuestro contexto. Además, sirven en el desarrollo social de las ciudades para tener información en tiempo real, con una evolución vertiginosa y pertinente para el planeta Tierra. La mayor desventaja que tiene en su mal uso, ya que de esa manera contribuye a negocios ilícitos y a menospreciar a las personas a través de la prostitución y la pornografía. La bibliografía es tomada de este link y damos por terminada la presentación. Muchísimas gracias. Feliz noche. Hasta luego.